Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so very much for joining me today. As you can see, the topic for today is something very sensitive to me. And also just I felt like doing this video because with everything that's going on around us today, um, it's with the pandemic that's going on, and a lot of people are losing loved ones. This video is just me advising and me giving my intake on the grieving process, and just I don't want to make it seem like it's easy. This video is not a how-to video, but to help or to help uh, uh, the person that's grieving, or and also it's just a video that will help the people around you how to just handle or help the person cope. um, I just to go in, just to give a little bit of background as well, regarding this subject for me is I had a friend who passed away last year, and it was just for me so difficult, especially if that person was always a part of your life. I mean, it's almost you feel like you have lost a limb or something. You feel like there's this hole that that person left in in your life that you just don't know how to move on. And I remember um, when when I when I got the news, actually the Sunday before she passed away, I went to go see her. I had like this urge to go and see her in the hospital, and she went to the hospital for a procedure, simple something. There was nothing wrong with her. She wasn't sick or anything, but just for a simple procedure, and she just never recovered from it. And for me, that Sunday when I saw her, she couldn't even speak to me. I couldn't make out what she was trying to tell me. She couldn't move or anything, and it was just so sad for me. It was just so traumatizing. I didn't expect it. So I told myself the Monday I'm going to go and see her, but I was just so weak in my spirit that I said I can't go. I just it's just too difficult to see her in such a state. Let me just try and compose myself and gather my strength, and then I'll go and see her the Tuesday. Meanwhile, the Monday evening, got the call that she's gone. And the, um, the steps, the psychiatrists have worked out this steps or stages that you actually go through when it comes to grief, starting with denial, and then you go to all the other steps, like anger and acceptance and all of that. And they try to put those um, stages in words, but the emotion that you feel, there's no words for it. you know I but I don't deny the fact that I did go through denial. I was angry, and then my brain just couldn't accept the fact that, well, it's almost like my brain was here and reality was over here. And like my brain, like they were like this. And eventually when you people start calling you, and things just get confirmed, and then you'll find that your brain starts to realize that I have to accept this. It's reality. But it's just so hard, to get to that stage. And then it loops back again to denial. It loops back again to anger. It just, that whole process just loops and loops and loops. I was devastated. And for me, I know that I didn't sleep that night. I just, I opened my eyes again and found that it was daylight. I had to go to work. And pulling into the parking, I know that my friend parking was before I get to my parking. I had to pass her parking. So when I passed the parking, it just hits like it hit me that um, she's not on holiday. She's not on leave. She's not even in the hospital anymore. She's gone, and she's never coming back. And I remember that, sometimes when we pull into the parking together, she would go ahead of me and go and hold the lift. So when the lift comes in, she'll be screaming, "Hey, Des, the lift's here, run!" And I'd come running with my bag. Um, and there was no one there to hold the lift for me anymore. There was, when I got to the office, we work in a workshop. Her table is on one side of the room of the workshop, and my table is on the other. So we used to see each other like this every day. And I walked that day into the workshop, and her table is empty. And it was just devastating for me. I can still remember her smell, in the office. You can still smell that. I can still hear her laughter, you know. When she sees me in the morning, she'll go, "Hey, Days," There was no one there to greet me because she was always the first in the office, always. So I realized that I'm going to miss her. It's never going to be the same again. She is gone. There are no words that can explain that, emotion that you feel or that pain that you feel. So for me, it was very hard. And even though people would advise you should carry, on with her memory and move on and things, those words just, they just fly over your head because you're still trying to resolve it. You're still trying to get a hang of what just happened. What just happened? So it was very hard for me to go to the office every day till eventually I felt like I can't. It was just too rough for me. I decided that let me go see someone. So we are fortunate enough to have a department where you can go look for a counselor or a psychologist or whatever. But I spoke to um, a counselor, and those people are really equipped. That's also the reason why I went for to do counseling as well, because they helped me so much. I would like to to pass that on and help someone else as well, in whatever it is that they are going through. So the counselor helped me. He gave me exercises to do, gave me ways to to remember her by. Now I can talk about her without me sobbing, bursting into tears, being emotional. I do still cry because I do miss her. Um, I mean, in June we would have celebrated our birthdays because we always used to celebrate our birthday. Her birthday's the end of June, mine is the beginning of June. So way at the end of June we would buy a cake and just make it a celebration in the office for our birthdays. And when my birthday came, it was hard. when her birthday came, it was hard. And what made it worse is that her passing was also in her birthday month in June. So for me, it was an emotional month. So those things also make it hard, you know, birthdays, anniversaries, special days that you have spent together. It makes you remember. It makes you go into grief all over again. And so for me, it was hard, but the counselors helped me. The counselor helped me to look at her passing in a different way. They make you. He made me realize that I had an impact in her life. She had an impact in my life, and also just your loved one that wouldn't want you to be unhappy or to wouldn't, because she was such a jolly person. She was such a lively person. Um, and she loved life. She loved life with all of her heart. Yeah, it gave her knocks here and there, but she loved getting up in the morning, coming to work, and trying her best to make things work for herself. So she wouldn't want me to put my life on hold, or get into such a state that I can't function anymore, even though that's what you want to do. But think of your loved one as well. They don't want you to be unhappy, because just think about it this way as well, that even, say for instance, that person was there, um, and they could see how much you are in pain. They will feel like the pain was caused by them, and it will make you feel guilty. Like if you hurt somebody's feelings, and you feel guilty about it, and you know that that person is hurt or in pain because you said something or you did something that hurt that person. So now you walk around with that guilt. Imagine your loved one, that person that you are grieving, walking around with feeling guilty because you are unhappy because of them. I don't know if that makes any sense to you. So I try to remember her that way, because she loved life and she wouldn't want me to give up on it. She would want me to keep going. She would want me to keep at it, to keep remembering her and thinking about her and talking about her. For me, that's how I cope with it. I tell myself that I don't want her to be angry. I don't want her to feel guilty because now I'm sad. I can't go on with my life. It's not easy to pick yourself up again, um, but I do the exercises that the counselor told me to do whenever I feel like I can't get up. I can't come to work. I can't come to the office. Um, I do those things. So go see somebody if you feel like it's it's very overwhelming. Um, but it helps to talk to somebody. It helps to talk to somebody. My advice to people around the person that's grieving is also just to be patient. Um, I always advise people, don't tell the person to move on and get over it. That's the worst thing you could say to that person. But sometimes the person who's grieving doesn't want to hear you give them advice. Sometimes they just want you to listen. Sometimes they just want you to sit, hold their hand, and allow them to vent and get it out of their system. So that's the other thing I want to advise you, on grieving. When the wave hits you, cry, get it out of your system, cry, yell, scream, shout, whatever, get it out of your system. And when that wave passes, get up, go wash your face, go for a walk, um, you know, take a chair, go sit outside, listen to the birds, or watch the cars pass you by, or whatever. Just do something to distract you. But when the wave hits, cry, get it out of your system, and you'll find that through time, you know that saying, time heals all wounds. I know it sounds very cliche, but it is true. uh, to a certain extent, that it is really true. Cry if you want to, but through time you'll find that the waves are less, um, the episodes happen less every day, and then you'll find that one day you just, hey, today I didn't cry over this person. I remembered the person, I was thinking about them, but I didn't cry. So give yourself that time to cry and mourn and grieve your loved ones. It's okay. It's human to do it. And then, but my advice is just don't just sit. Once the wave is over, pick yourself up. I always say a practical thing: go to the bathroom and rinse your face with cold water, and then go for a walk, make yourself a cup of tea, distract your brain from that, and then you get into what you were doing before the wave hit you. So be it's only human. It's only human to cry. So cry. It washes. It's almost like the tears washes your soul. You'll feel better after that, instead of bottling it up. So that's my advice. Go see somebody, cry if you want to cry, um, and don't feel bad about it. But pick yourself up again and dust yourself off, and make your loved one proud, as if they were there to see that, okay, you were sad, now you're up again. Don't make them feel sad. I you know that's just my advice. It will get better. Things will get better. Grieving is a process that is not the same for everyone. So take it within your stride and take it easy, take it slow. Don't rush it. And the people around you should just be patient with you. One day you'll just open your eyes and realize that, wow, I remember this person in a good way. There's no pain associated with it anymore. It's just good memories. And that's how your loved one would want you to be, you know, happy and remembering them. So thank you so much for joining me today. Um, and I hope and I pray during this difficult time, during this pandemic, that we support one another and we hold one another's hands. Those who have lost loved ones, I pray that God will just heal your heart and give you that calmness and give you that peace, um, and give you joy once again. God, for God just to comfort you, and for you to know that you are not alone. So I will catch you in my next video. And please subscribe to my channel. Comment at the in the comment section if you have any encouraging words uh, for somebody who's grieving. Feel free to share your experience. Feel free to encourage somebody else um, in the comment section, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.